Hey, welcome back to another episode of HeroTalk, where we talk with heroes and about heroes and Rooter Hero, because this is the Rooter Hero podcast. I'm David, one of your hosts here. I run the contact center at Rooter Hero Plumbing, along with other stuff that I do. And with me is the other host.
Kat!
It's Kat!
Hi guys, welcome back.
This morning I had to let Kat into the building. And it was funny because I got to say, I'm going to go let the cat in.
I forgot my key card.
Yeah.
Well, I think I lost my key card.
Responsibility.
But to be fair, I've had it secured for almost 3 years now.
We're not going to talk about how long I've had it.
I know.
So, it looks how old it is. So, alright, so today we're going to be talking about employee engagement and how to keep employees engaged, because according to a article that I found, it's called Engaged versus Disengaged Employees. What do engaged employees do differently? Well, let's find out from this article. I'm only going to read a little bit of it. I'm going to read the scary stuff.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. Disengaged workers are not good for business and end up affecting the organization's bottom line. And in the larger scheme, they cost the U.S. economy $350 billion annually in lost productivity.
Damn.
Yes. Many of these employees have a way of maintaining a bad attitude and infecting others with it, bringing down camaraderie and team morale. The contrast between engaged and disengaged employees is often stark, and unfortunately engaged employees are outnumbered, being a mere 35% of the workforce. Wow. That is bad.
Yeah.
350, was that billion? With a B?
I think it was billion.
$350 billion a year lost because of disengaged employees. Now,
That's insane.
that is insane. And on one hand, you could blame those employees for being disengaged. Like, why aren't you engaged? Man, why are you like that? What gives you the right to be disengaged? Or you could flip that around and be like, why are you allowing your employees to be so disengaged?
Yeah.
What are you doing to combat that? And that's what we're going to be talking about today.
Nice.
Is engaging the employees. And because, like, that $350 billion thing aside, why would you want to hang out with someone that's completely disengaged with their work? That's just coasting through. That's just they're sucking all the energy out of the room or your Slack channel or your business. I mean, especially if they started off as engaged, because everybody's engaged for the first 30 or so days. And then, usually because of another unengaged employee, they see that, so, okay, well, they hate it, there must be something wrong here. And then, it becomes a domino effect.
Yeah.
So, last episode, I gave Kat a reading assignment.
Yeah.
And then she took a book off of my desk, which is what the books on my desk are for. So, the first one to be taken. Maybe because they're on my desk, people don't feel comfortable taking them.
You offered.
I should actually probably make it more obvious that those are there for.
I can make you a sign.
That would be cool.
Colorful.
David's Library. Alright, so the book that she picked was 136 Ideas for Rockstar Employee Engagement by James Dawkins. If you don't know who James Dawkins is, well, he's a guy.
He's the guy.
He's the guy. The CX rock star. Why is he the CX rock star? Because, well, he used to be an actual rock star. Sort of. I think that's a little bit exaggerated. He was in a metal band.
A band, yeah. You could tell.
And they toured around. They played some big shows. And then he stopped doing that and started doing customer experience stuff because that's the next logical step.
Yeah, on the back of the book it says, I wrote this book by accident.
Yep. He lovingly calls this book his picture book. But it does have 136 ideas for rockstar employee engagement, which you get what you get from the cover. It's the cover is probably, the title is probably one of the most accurate titles I've ever read. So what you see is what you get, and yes, you can judge a book by its cover.
This book.
Most books. I'm gonna stick with that. So maybe not with people, but
with books, actual books.
Yeah, and a lot of people. So I mean, if you see someone that looks like a schlub, then probably
Most
schlub.
likely a schlub.
Yeah.
Well, I've been reading the 10 pages a day since last, Thursday? And, you know, it's a really easy read since it is a picture book. Most pages are about 2 to 3 lines. But it's a really good book, and it really does, like David said, it really is what the title is. And yeah.
All right. So, any ones that stuck out to you? Maybe ones that we're doing, or maybe not doing, or that we should do or do more of. That was like 6 questions in one.
But I got them.
I need to smooth out my interviewing skills.
Well, one that stuck out to me the most was actually number 30, and it's show commitment to your employees' growth by getting coaches and mentors for them to help with their professional, personal, and rockstar development. And this one stuck out to me because I feel like we do that here at Root Your Hero. And yeah, you want to elaborate on that?
I can elaborate as far as the contact center goes.
Yes.
Okay, so in the contact center, we have a few roles. We have the phone agents, who are the lifeblood and the voice and sometimes the face of the entire company. One of the most important roles in the company itself. It's one of the first customer touch points.
Yes.
So on that, we develop and train and make sure they're the best customer service reps you could ever really have. To do that, we have people who are assigned as mentors, who sit with new agents and tenured agents too, just to tighten up the game. We also have team leads who are above the mentor. Each team has about one mentor, and then the team lead listens to the agent's calls and guides them through the process. Each week they sit down for about 15, 20 minutes or so. They get to know the agent and go over their stats and their stuff. And then also, because that's the professional side, the personal side is they do a little bit of work on that too. And then outside of that, we also have a weekly or mostly weekly book club as well that everyone's invited to. We usually do a personal development or business book. Right now we're going through The Effective Executive by Peter Drucker. Peter Drucker was a big business writer back in the 60s, so 30 years after Dale Carnegie, and most of the business books that are coming out now either borrow heavily from Drucker or Carnegie, so we went straight to the source.
Yeah.
So other books we've read are by like Jocko Willink or Darren Hardy, people like that.
Mm.
So, but yeah, and I think one of the best ways to show appreciation for employees is getting to know what their goals are, their actual real goals,
Yeah.
and not just being like, well, what's your 5-year goal? Because, well, who knows?
Exactly.
Like 5 years is a long time. Yeah, you can have this like overarching, like kind of this is where I want to be in the future, but it goes, or it should go deeper than that. It should be like, where do you want to be 3 months from now? Where do you want to be a year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now? What does it look like to you 5 years from now? Another good question is, what does success look like for you?
Yeah.
So, Kat, what does success look like for you?
Ooh.
Yeah, see?
Honestly, just to be happy. Like, to be successful is to be happy, to be content with what I'm doing. You know, like right now I feel like I have been successful. For example, you know, I graduated with my bachelor's degree, and you know, I secured a job that I truly enjoy, and I'm just overall happy. So currently I feel very successful.
That's great.
And you know, and who knows in 5 years what success will look like to me then.
Mm-hmm.
But for now I'm pretty content with where I'm at.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What does it look like to you?
Being in a position where you can make a difference.
Nice.
So that's what it looks like to me. So, and influencing as many people as possible in a positive way. So,
I feel like you do that.
I try.
Yeah.
I try. Maybe volume will be bigger in the future, but for now I try.
In 5 years, that could be
Hey,
your.
That could be.
That could be your goal.
So, why do you think a lot of managers, not here but everywhere,
In general.
right, in general, don't ask these questions to the people that work for them?
It could be a couple of things. For one, I can think of is most managers, they don't really care too much because it's not their company.
Mm.
That's something like I can really truly think of,
Right.
because I've heard it before in past jobs.
Mm.
And like in big corporations, or
Right.
it's like, oh well, it's not our money, we're not losing our money, or
Right.
it's not my company. I've heard that too many times.
Right.
But I feel like if the higher ups get management engaged,
Mhm.
then they'll get their employees engaged.
Right.
And like that domino effect.
Yeah.
That we talked about.
The domino effect in the other direction.
Yeah, a
So,
positive way.
Yeah. All right. No, that was a good answer. It's a sad answer.
It's very sad, but I feel like it's
Right.
a big idea.
Yeah. And you know, I get that mindset. I understand it. I don't like it.
Mhm.
I don't have it, but I can understand, especially if the manager themselves aren't engaged at all.
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
and an engaged management team is a strong management team, but management that's just going through the motions or there,
Just there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which we saw in when a lot of companies went remote for COVID.
Mm.
We saw kind of the death of middle management in a lot of companies because what were they doing?
Yeah.
So, because when people went remote, for most companies, not all, but most, productivity skyrocketed when people went home. And again, not all, some suffered. Either they couldn't pivot fast enough, or their employees didn't have the right personality to, well, work from home. Not everyone does. But they saw these people go home away from direct eye supervision, and their productivity went up, which made business owners look at the middle management. It was like, looks like you were holding them back. So
Yeah.
it's like, which is weird. I don't know, but just one of those things, I guess.
Yeah.
So.
Well, everyone works differently. Some people need an office setting.
Mhm.
Some people can thrive at home because they just know what they have to do and they get it done. Yeah, I guess it just depends person to person.
Yeah, no, it 100% does. And it depends on the manager too. Some managers, some business owners were adamantly against work from home
Yeah.
at all, and that either came from a fear place or, oh, this is new, or not understanding how technology works, not
True.
understanding that you can actually see more of what they're doing depending on your software capabilities.
Mm-hmm.
Or if someone doesn't answer an email within 5 minutes, what's
Yeah.
happening? Where are they?
Yeah.
What's going on? When, if they were in the office and it took them not within 5 minutes to answer an email, oh, okay, they're right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're right there.
Just there.
They're playing Farmville. That's like a 20-year-old reference. I don't think anybody plays Farmville anymore, but I don't even know what's popular right now. Raid Shadow Legends. I don't know.
Sure.
I only see that on ads on YouTube. I've never even seen it in like the Play Store or anything. So.
I watch TV shows. I don't really play games.
Yeah.
I finished Castle.
Oh, good.
8 seasons.
Good. 8 seasons of Castle. I think I stopped watching it around season 3 or 4.
Yeah, I probably should have
So.
too.
Oh, it went downhill.
A little bit. The ending kind of didn't make sense, but
Well.
overall I enjoyed it. The ending
Yeah.
was cute,
Mm-hmm.
but meh.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go and say that Rookie is the sequel
Oh
to
yeah,
Castle.
it sure
It's the same show.
Yeah, but
So.
now he's actually a cop.
Yeah, he was like, I'm done with this writing stuff.
Yeah.
What the hell are we talking about?
I'm talking about how I'm done with the show and now
yes.
I got to reading.
Good.
Because I don't have anything else to watch.
All right. So, did anything else in the book catch your eye?
A couple things. I'm currently on page 50 since I've been reading the 10 pages a day.
Mm-hmm.
I probably could read more because again, it's just a picture book.
Sorry, James.
But one that we also do implement. I can't figure out which number it was. I'm looking through it right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember it. It was about having snacks in the office,
Mm-hmm.
which we do implement here, and I
Mhm.
feel like it really is like a big hit because, you know, we're engaging with customers all day, and
Mhm.
you know, just to go back there and get a little snack,
Yep.
it shows that our company cares about us.
Mm.
You know?
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah. And whoever got the birthday cake flavored Chex Mix bars, kudos.
Those were good, huh?
Those are delicious. Terrible for you, but
Another one that I thought was really funny and totally reminded me of you, David, was boost morale and keep energy high by playing music at work, preferably heavy metal. And that was number 33.
hey, I mean, that's why James and I get along.
This guy knows his stuff, huh?
He does. He does. Nothing to do with confirmation bias or anything like that, which is a thing. Let's go back to the snack thing, because I think a lot of companies offer this and then also go overboard on this and do it incorrectly.
Mm.
All right, so a lot of, especially tech companies, right, have free lunch, right? It's like a catered lunch, or lunches where
Yeah.
you can
Like
pretty
a whole
much,
little buffet, right?
yeah, and you know, beer on tap and puppy rooms and arcade games and everything else. Because to them, that, or the people who set that up, that means culture, right? That's the company culture. Look, kids, we have fun here. And then you see the arcade games just covered in dust, and it turns out that they provide lunch so the coders and other employees don't have to leave during their lunch, so they can take their lunch to their desk and continue working. They have beer on tap so that after work they can have happy hours, and instead of leaving to go home, they're at work and they have a couple of beers, and then they end up talking shop. They end up talking about work.
Yeah.
Which, honestly, that's what the ancient Greeks used to do with wine, because wine loosens the tongue. And whenever someone was doing a speech or a university thing, I think they still might do this at Oxford, they have wine when they're giving their dissertations, just to loosen the tongue a little bit. So that might not be a bad idea. I am not saying drink at work. I'm just saying
After hours.
And then take an Uber. So, and the puppy rooms, I mean, that just sounds unsanitary, really.
Coming from a new puppy owner, I agree 100%.
Yeah. Or like I saw this one thing where one tech company had these like booths, right? Because it's an open pit. That's what the office is, an open office, which the only people who think open offices are a good idea are the people that already have their own office.
Aside from that
Yeah,
one.
because open offices are awful. They're noisy, they're loud, you can't get anything done, blah, 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 blah. But they implemented this like cube, this glass cube that people could go in to work or take their break, so they're not being, distracted and stuff from the open time, but you can only be in there for like 15 minutes, which is just like, why not just install cubicles?
Yeah.
It's like, but then when they're getting investors and stuff, that's what a lot of it is for. So I don't know, but that was a weird tangent.
Snacks. We were talking about
Snacks. Yes. Snacks can definitely help out I'm not going to say they can help out the company culture. They can add to it. It can be a part of, but snacks do not make a culture. Little tiny perks like arcade games and stuff, they can add to the culture, but they are not culture.
Exactly.
They don't cause engagement. So they're nice. It's nice to provide the employees things.
Mm-hmm.
Then it gets into this thing of, well, we're doing this for them. What are they going to do for us?
Yeah.
And that's when it becomes kind of like a, that's going to show up on the recording. Thank you, Adobe Creative Cloud. All right. So, but company culture really stems from the employees themselves.
100%.
And more than that, the upper management. It stems from the top and goes down, and it should be felt by every aspect of the company.
Yeah.
So, and then not only throughout the company, but that should actually reflect through the employees to the customer. I mean, otherwise, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And that's where the danger of disengaged employees come in, with that $350 billion loss per year in the US, which is bad, because if the unengaged employee has customer interaction, well,
then it's not gonna be good.
you pretty much lost a customer.
Yeah.
So, let's see.
And that's exactly what you don't want.
Yeah, no, that's the opposite, because employee experience, employee engagement is what drives the customer experience. And the customer experience is what keeps your business in business.
Yeah.
So, all right, because, wow.
That was a good topic.
Yeah. I could go on for hours about this. So, But the thing is how do you get to know your employees? You get to know your employees. You know them by name.
Yeah.
I've
that's a big one.
worked in places where nope. So
They don't even bother to leave
yeah.
your name.
And I'm talking like direct supervisor type thing. So that's when there's a really bad ratio of like direct supervisors to employees. Like there's a team, but there's 40 people on the team.
Yeah.
It's like,
no wonder they don't know their
yeah,
names.
exactly. It's like, and then, yeah. But the thing is, you gotta be engaged. You gotta be, and I'm talking from a manager level, you have to be engaged with the employees. You have to be engaged with every level of the employee pool. It doesn't matter if they're in your department or not.
Yeah.
You can't point fingers at another department or another center or anything and be like, oh, those people are bad. Stuff like that, because if an employee sees you do that, that means it's okay.
Yeah.
And then it becomes this spiral of gossip and trash.
Yeah.
And I don't like trash. So, anything else from that book that you wanted to mention, cover?
The cover's cool.
It is.
For now, I think it's good. We have another one that I'd like to mention, but we'll save that one for another podcast.
All right, give us a taste. Give us a foreshadowing.
Well, it is number 7, and it is rockstar employees see themselves reflected in their company's core values.
Okay.
And we have that here on Root to Hero, and we breathe and live by our core values here. And that's another topic for another day.
Yeah, the core values are definitely the lights that light the path. So, all right. So this has been Hero Talk for this week, and we will see you all. Maybe not see.
Listen to us.
Yeah, you'll hear us next time. So, have a great day.
Bye.